I've had enough of you, man-tooth. This is gonna end right here, right now. Let's dance, dickweed.
I'll throw up 10 grand, donate to a charity, just show up.
Look, they're coming together.
And if you can smash this, you can smash this, and I'm happy to acquiesce, right? And then the guy made completely took it out of context and then made a video that said John Welbourn wants to fight me, and now it was like him versus me in a fight. And I'm like, these fucking people are so dumb.
Did he have any station or?
Well, the reason I threw it out there was he was a collegiate wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he wrestled like 165 for like a year or two at some obscure place, and the best thing he ever did was losing. Never had a winning record. He's like 5'10", 165. So I was like, well, shit, at that size, we got Noah, we got Philippe. I mean, there's a lot of guys for him to roll with. And then he's like, I'm only going if I get to fight John Welbourn. And I'm like, but what I was trying to do is, you remember in the Dave Chappelle thing where he did Prince, where Prince sits down, he's like, I'm bored.
Yeah.
You guys want to play basketball? And they start laughing. He's like, how about you guys versus my vibe versus the revolution?
Yeah.
And then they were like, shirts versus blouses. And so like in my mind, I was imagining like we could be blouses.
Yeah.
That we could be Prince and the revolution. It's pretty hilarious that, and at least the thought was like, you can access the entire CrossFit world, and you guys can show up and roll with just the dudes that come and train with me here.
Yeah.
I mean, with Philippe and Victor and Shanji and Lovato and you and Marty and like all the dudes that train. I mean, Big Matt.
Yeah.
And like the crazy wrestler dudes he knows. I'm like, we'll take everybody. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And I was like, we might get smashed. And if there's dudes that show up and smash us, well, dude, I'm happy to learn on how they did it. And I'm a crappy blue belt, and I will happily get my face smashed in by people, but I think at least then it would be hilarious. I would have a good sense of humor, and it's funny. And then what was wild was these dudes like make this crazy ass video, and I don't watch YouTube videos for these dudes, and I don't read the comments, but some people were screen capping, and like these dudes were pretty hostile towards me, and I was kind of laughing. I'm like, you mean like the 48-year-old dad of 3 who's been married for like 15 years and raises millions of dollars for a cancer charity benevolently and helps people and basically likes to fabricate and weld and work on his land. And
your fault is that you were in the NFL for 10 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's really what they're attacking. And what they're not seeing is that we're all united in getting people moving. So it actually would be a beautiful collaboration.
It would.
Like, come on out here. Like, let's go one-on-one. And if you guys win some stuff, that's actually great. Why not?
Yeah, we were happy to teach. But yeah, it was funny. These people were like, fuck that guy. I hated him. I'm like, and I always go back to that old one, which Matthew McConaughey said, hey, goes, you got a problem with me? Call me. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
If you don't have my number, you don't really know me well enough to call me.
Yeah.
So we don't really have a problem.
All right.
So it'd be fun. And the guy completely took it and made like hyperbole and this crazy deal out of it. And like,
this has all happened
while you were gone.
1 week I left you.
Yeah. While you were out there racing side by sides with Shrek, I was at home,
dealing with the internet. It's so hard to reply to people too with that jitterbug phone you use for senior citizens, right? So like,
the jitterbug phone. You mean the iPhone?
No, do you know what I'm talking about? It's that flip phone they give senior citizens that just has 4 buttons on it.
Dude, it was funny. I Big Matt doesn't have any social media and he hates it. So I sent him these updates, and he was like, I was like, what do you think? He's like, tell him to bring everybody.
Yeah.
Tell him to bring the world.
Bring the world.
And he's like, he goes, dude, I'll fucking fight anybody on anything. I'm like, dude.
Put the pierogi down and
Yeah.
then get your wrestling shoes on.
Dude, Big Matt was all excited. He's like, I'm going to go try on singlets, see which one I want to wear. And then he's like, but this guy won't wrestle me. And then it was funny because the guy said folk wrestling, which I had to look up. I guess it's collegiate.
Yeah, collegiate.
Yeah. And like Matt's like, oh yeah, no, I dude, that's how I did my entire life. I'm happy to do it. So
yeah.
And then the guy was like, it has to be you versus me. And there's all these stipulations. And I'm like, I get it that these guys exist on the internet as kind of like YouTube trolls, and it's part of that to generate hits and whatnot. And so I understand it. It's actually funny. One of the guys DM'd me and he's like, I don't really want to go down this road.
A little bit of WWE goes a long way.
Oh yeah. Well, and yeah, I mean, I understand it, and I get a good sense of humor out of it, and I laugh, and I think it's funny. But I do wish that these cats would find a way to recruit jiu-jitsu players from around the world under the CrossFit banner and show up and
see what they can produce.
Yeah, and what's good about jiu-jitsu, different than like a fight, like I don't really want to fight anybody. No. Because one, I don't want the legal implications, and I don't want that form of negativity around me. So I tend to just like cut people out that are like that. But the one thing that I do like about jiu-jitsu, every time we go to open mat and everything, you always get done, and like people are always seem to be much better friends. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, it'd be funny and laugh and realize that we're probably a lot closer than we are farther. It's not a fist fight. It's not anything. I've never gone into a jiu-jitsu thing thinking like I'm going to try to hurt this guy or mess him up. Yeah. I'm thinking like, how do I demonstrate my proficiency?
Yeah, fuck them up is not even in my mindset.
It was hilarious. You were there. I didn't have any internet coaching, so I was out there. But it was just one comment that I made, trying to bring some form of level of, sanity to people that are searching for outrage. And like that's how they make their money is off of clicks. And it's kind of funny.
I'm glad you survived it.
I know. I mean, what was I going to do? Pack up shop and just go on and wander into the desert and be like kicking a rock in the box boy? No, dude.